and they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy.
What's going on? It's your boy Marcus Q.
It's your boy AV.
And this is the Map Social Presents
Dirty Laundry Podcast.
Nigga. God damn, bro. I'm so happy to be back. Speaking is my thing. Like, we've been grinding, we've been hustling.
There's a lot going on, y'all.
Yeah, we just got back from Padre Spring Break, getting a lot of dope content, dealing with them ratchet little kids out there. We saw G-Eazy, Mexican OT, Big X the Plug. Shout out to XB Valentine.
Yeah, XB Valentine. Big shout out to her. I think she's a star in the making.
Yeah, she stole the stage, the day stage. She stole that. It was
sure.
live, man. It was a good time,
Good
and
energy.
networking is important, man. But we get tired, man. And we do this for y'all. Like, the reward, it's a ways away. It's rewarding to be able to do this, but shit ain't sweet. Like my homie AV be saying, shit ain't sweet out here. Y'all think shit is sweet?
Sweet in the streets. I mean, I guess on social media people be. This is why we take offense to hate, because people think we just having a good time. They don't know when to have. We don't got a big team. It's just us. So setting up cameras,
absolutely,
getting the drone up. Just all this stuff that we got to do.
A lot of technical
I get
shit.
stumbled even trying to talk about it right now, but we get it done.
Yeah,
we get it done.
Yeah, we want to speak with intention too. We not no clickbait type of boys. You know what I'm saying? We giving real opinions. We covering shit for y'all so we can communicate with y'all. Y'all let us know how y'all feel. We want open discussions. You know what I'm saying?
Boys.
So today we're going to talk about a few things. We happy to be back, like I said. AV's glad to be back. That boy has been on his grind, working hard, multiple different gigs. Yeah. Again, shit ain't sweet, but I'm going to leave it at that. Today we talking about Marvin Sapp, preacher, gospel singer, multi-platinum recording artist in the gospel scene. I think he is a pastor at a huge church, huge congregation. Yeah. And a video has went viral on TMZ. It's went viral on a lot of different platforms of him shutting the doors, closing the doors. I ain't going to say locking people in.
He held them hostage.
Yeah, he closed the doors. And the congregation that day consisted of about 2,000 plus people, including viral watchers and those that were actually there in the church. And he said, we are closing the doors until everybody gives to the tithes of $20. He's requesting everybody gives $20 that's watching at home. Everybody gives $20 in the congregation, and everybody on stage give $100.
It's kind of every pastor, church, like every industry takes a lot of work. So I could imagine things getting frustrated when you got all these fees and then people want you to give. I get all that for sure. But when we talking about church, we talking about the spirit, we talking about religious topics. It's kind of like, it's not common to be that way. I don't know how much money they really were trying to raise, but you're supposed to give it the spirit, and some people might not have it. It didn't come off the right way. I don't think that he should have did it that way.
Did you grow up religious? Just tell the truth.
Nah, I didn't grow up religious. Funny enough, I actually seeked religion on my own.
Okay.
Like my family, my parents and them, they didn't. It wasn't like, oh, we going to church. Like we did it once in a while. But even in college, I would go.
When's the last time you been to church?
It's been a little bit. It's been
some years.
Nah, not years. Probably last year I went with my mom.
Okay, so let me be very clear about this. I grew up religious, and this is extremely common.
So for them to be like, close the doors?
The only thing that was unique about it is I I'm not sure if that's happened, but only thing that's unique about it is that he said close the doors, so that caused the clickbait.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
It's very common for them to demonize you for not giving, for them to repeatedly pass the tray around when they done ran it across. First of all, I've been in church multiple times. They pass the collection plate around like a good 6-7 times.
How you feel about that?
I feel like it's cap. I feel like most of that money goes to the people who belong to the church home on a higher level, the pastors, the preachers, the wives of the pastors and preachers, the children of them. Interesting story. I was in church with a girl that I was really close with at the time in high school, and her family was very heavily oriented in church. And I'll never forget this. We both went to the same school, same grade, and he had the pastor had her come up to the, I think he was close with her family, had her come up to the stage.
Yeah.
And then he called his son up to the stage and like maybe like 4 other kids up to the stage. Mind you, this is a decent sized congregation. And he had them, just about 4 to 6 of them, come up to the stage. And then he gave this big announcement that they were getting ready to graduate high school along with every other kid that was sitting in the congregation.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want everybody to rain and shower them with money. I want you to keep giving, keep giving, keep giving, keep giving, keep giving. So it was very selective. And he picked selective kids that was a part of certain families. That was one experience. Another experience is that every time I go to church, they pass it around multiple times. And I've been actually spoken to before for not giving.
Well, why do you feel like it's cap?
Why do I feel like it's cap? Because people, they looking for church homes to find a place of healing, to be saved, to be able to be religious, have a relationship with God, and it's very financial driven. When those same people turn to those churches, and I got another story about that, when they turn to those churches for help, for an electric bill, when there's no food on the table, to put kids on their clothes back, multiple churches have turned them away, even though they pay into the tithes weekly. My grandmother is one of them.
That's crazy. I mean, when I went this, and also like going to churches in different cities and different states is a totally like a different experience. For example, like I'm from Queens, and no lie, bro, no BS. In Queens, Jamaica, Queens, it's a street called God Brewer. It's a long street. Like every 2 blocks is a church. Every block is literally like liquor store, corner store, 99-cent store, church. Liquor store, corner store, 99-cent like church. So, and some of them be looking kind of run down and raggedy. So I get wanting to raise money to upkeep the church and pay people that are actually doing the services. But these big churches, I mean, when you see these pastors, if we were supposed to line up the pastors and just do their assets, they be balling.
Now, mind you, keep thinking about this. A
balling.
lot of people don't think about this. That's one part of it. They collect weekly from their members.
Yeah.
A church is a nonprofit organization.
Exactly. So
So what does that mean to you?
So that means that there's a fall through. They're not getting taxed. They
Not only that, what else?
and they're getting a whole bunch of grants and a whole bunch
Multiple
of stuff.
grants, multiple donations, approved to build out for a cheaper cost. A lot of things.
Why do you think? I feel like, especially like in our communities, like Black community, like I don't feel like it's talked about a lot. Like, why do you feel like people?
Because
don't
people
talk
don't
about
like,
it?
people don't, well, you're going to get demonized because they're going to say, do you go to church? Are you religious? Now, mind you, people think, and listen very closely to this, people think that to have a relationship with God, that you have to be super religious or attend church. And when your relationship with God is not taken by attendance or how religious you are, it's what type of person you are, how you walk every day in faith with God. Do you repent for your sins? Do you try to learn from your sins? Do you try to be a good person and pay it forward?
Yeah.
That don't got nothing to do with going to church. Nothing to do.
Yeah. And mind you, everybody watching, like this could be a touchy conversation. It might be someone that is very religious or a group or in that type of environment. And if you feel the way about it, we want to hear what you got to say. So make sure you leave a comment down below, like, share, cook, whatever you want to do. But I will say I agree with you, and I'm like, I think church is very for guidance. You know what I mean? Like
You can get a lot of different things from it.
You're getting guidance from people that have maybe studied the word, or people that just kind of grew up in a good environment. That doesn't mean every church is good, because I've heard a whole bunch of horrible stories about people going to church and being taken advantage of, whole bunch of things. So just because you're going to church don't mean that you protected, unfortunately.
I mean, the pastor that I was just the bodyguard for, about a year. I was a bodyguard for him directly about a year I was. And he just got arrested a couple weeks ago for inappropriate behavior with younger individuals. That's all I'm gonna say, which is also common and unfortunate. But that's neither here nor there. I think what people do. Okay, let me ask you this: Do you think that as a leader of a church, a pastor, it's your church or whatever, your congregation, do you think you have a responsibility to pour back into the community?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joel Osteen, when the hurricane came to Houston,
remember that.
he didn't open up his church doors to anybody, and I seen a lot of people side with him. I seen a lot of people coming for him. His church can hold up to like almost 20,000 people. He didn't let anybody inside when people was losing their lives, losing their homes, had nothing to eat. What do you think about stuff like that?
I think it's wrong, and when we talk about laws, when we talk about grants, I always hear people like, "Oh, get rid of this law or add this law." There can be nuances to every law depending on what type of form, whether it's an S corp, whether it's an LLC, whether it's a nonprofit, and how you kind of like categorize each business, right? So I feel like if you're gonna get access to grants, if you're gonna get access to all this type of benefits, there needs to be some qualifications, right? There needs to be some qualifications that you need to pass every year. And I think churches, because it's a slippery slope, and you've seen so many people in the past take advantage of families, of peoples through churches, through other organizations, but we're talking about churches right now. I just think there should be some kind of nuances within the law so that people could be held accountable. Like what you just talked about with Joel Osteen, I feel like that shouldn't. When people in need, you want to say you healing people, you want to say you're there for people, and God.
What you're saying is you should have to show some kind of level of proof that you're doing that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should be like required to do certain things. If you're going to take the benefits of being a church and being a nonprofit, you should be required to.
Yeah, nonprofits are required to meet certain standards, and they do get
like keeping the doors
they do
closed
get
for
audited.
Katrina?
Yeah, selective. It's selective.
Nah.
What's funny to me? The world is big enough for this shit to be true. This is happening right now, and you can fact check this. There's a pastor at the head of a church right now selling plots of land in heaven, because he said God gave him permission to. And people are buying these.
And this is why I'm saying where law nuances like that. Really, you selling plots of land in heaven? You got a piece of a cloud. You talking about something?
He spoke to God.
God said,
"Don't be blasphemous."
I'm not being blasphemous.
These plots of land could very much so be out there. God gave him permission. This is what's funny to me. We'll get back on Marvin Sapp and what we think about that.
Damn.
What I notice about people that are super religious or belong to church homes or I'm a true believer. I believe in a higher power. I believe in God.
Same here.
I believe in Jesus. But they get really triggered when maybe what you say or how you live your life doesn't 100% align with how their worldview is. Everyone sins. You're going to sin for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. You cannot be selective about the sin. You need to be more understanding, more forgiving. One of the biggest ones that are broken in church is thou shalt not judge. Y'all kill me with that one. Y'all be destroying me with that one, which is why I like going to church. But the reason why I stopped going to church so much, I get something from church every time I go. Every time I wake up, I thank God and I appreciate to be able to just breathe this air that we get to breathe. But when I go to church, I always feel a little bit more whole. That's my personal relationship with God. It has nothing to do with anybody that sits around me. So when I go there, for people to spew or give me certain types of energy because of the way I dress, the way that I carry myself, or what my past is, or I'm a father that's not married, or I have a failed marriage, is mad wild to me. You are not there to judge me. You are not there to tell me how to live my life. You are there to pursue your relationship with God. You ain't supposed to be looking left. You ain't supposed to be looking right. You ain't supposed to be saying shit to nobody that's outside of an opinion that wasn't asked for. You're supposed to be focused on your relationship with God.
I'm curious. We're gonna get deep on that. Why do you think that they do that towards a person like yourself? Like,
church is very image driven, just like most things. Like, okay, the Bible says A, B, and C. It don't say nothing about, it's funny because it says come as you are, right? But they turned it into a flashy thing. Okay, the preacher's up there looking like what? Claiming that he lived like what? You know, it's gotten very trendy in that way where like it's an image thing. I know people that are uncomfortable in my family with going to church unless they're able to dress or look a certain way.
Yeah.
It's turned into this whole thing to where we forgot about what the main purpose is. And people are like that. Like I said, we're going to sin every day. We're going to make mistakes because we're built of error. We're human. And people like to walk around like they perfect. But at the end of the day, when you put something in a controlled environment, it becomes a competition. It becomes an image.
I mean, you know, it's sad to see because there's people that have certain personalities that are at the top or like at the head of a church, and they might not have the right intentions sometimes, or their spirit might not be clear. Like they think things are supposed to go only the way they want it to go, and it's supposed to be bigger than them. Especially if they study in the Word, that's how I see it. I feel like when people don't fit their narrative or people don't fit the vision of that specific head of a church, I think they think everybody's supposed to be following like it's a business.
In their defense, it's a huge responsibility to be a disciple.
Oh, of course, heck yeah. It's hard, it ain't easy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good pastors out there that sin just like other regular humans, but to give the word and you pour into somebody, you probably helping a lot of people you don't even realize just by,
of course,
showing up every day. So you can get lost in this. So it's just hard to gauge. But back to this video, like Marvin Sapp, I get what he was trying to do. But I get why people are triggered by it. I don't even think it got nothing to do with the close the doors thing. That was just to add extra oomph to it to say they locked him in. Of course, you can get up and leave. Yeah. I think what he was it wasn't about the money. I think for him, because he's been a pastor and has been a Christian from what I know his entire life, from what I know. I think what he was trying to do was say everyone can give, and there probably was a goal behind it. That 40,000 was supposed to go to something big or huge. You know, they like to cut shit a certain way to make it look a certain way. I think that was his goal, but at the end of the day, everybody can't give 20.
That passion, man.
I would like to check that and see if they got the 40,000, but of course it's gonna be a big deal because of the way he went about it.
Yeah, it's the way you communicate things. I understand being passionate and like investing. You're part of a congregation. You want to invest in your community.
It's funny.
You want to invest so we can all continue to grow. So let's pour into each other. Like forget about the number $20. You know, people go out and spend $20 on stupid stuff without even thinking. You can't take that same $20 and invest it in a congregation where we're building up people that people need hurt. People are hurt. People have things they're going through, and we need to be able to support them. So I get it, but I feel like the way it's communicated probably wasn't.
It wasn't attractive.
It wasn't received in a positive light.
You know what's funny to me? Let me give you a scenario. You know I love scenarios. Let's say everybody gave it 20. You gave 20 that day. And you just so happen that's your church, that's your pastor, Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
You go up to him and he's like, hey, I hope everything worked out. I hope he was able to raise the money. Just a couple weeks later, I really didn't have it to give, but I just wanted to make sure I poured into the church. My lights got cut off. My bill's like $160. I can show you proof of my bill. You think you could help me out and give me $160? This is a private conversation when you and the pastor. You think he's going to give it to you?
Obviously, with that stupid face you just made.
I'm asking.
I know churches that do that. Will he give it? I think he'll probably. I don't know him personally, but just face value. I think he'll probably be like, "Let me see what I could do. Let me talk to some other people. See what we could do." Yeah.
Yeah. This is coming from a very wealthy man. I think he would start preaching at me. God's gonna see you through. God
will give you a pat on the back and send you.
Yeah, he was like, trust me.
God somebody.
Know you gave that with your heart. It will be paid forward in return. But I'm like, my lights are off now.
He was like, but it needed now.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, trust me, brother, you'll find your way. God's gonna see you through.
Yeah, God sent me to you.
He ain't giving me 160.
I had a dream, and God told me to ask you.
The reason you want to know how I know stuff like this? Because I grew up in church, and I was around a lot of church people. I've seen this happen. What now? Could I be wrong? Yes, but I think he would have started preaching to you to put a hand on me.
Come on, young brother.
Yeah, yeah. I would have got a lot of things from him, but 160 wouldn't have been it. Lights still would have been off. That's just my opinion.
Hey, if we wrong,
that's why
we're gonna tag him in this video. Or maybe he might be like, you know what?
How easy in these big churches, you got to be careful about I get it, but how easy do you think it is to have access to your pastor?
What do you mean? I think everybody should have access to the pastor.
Do you think they do?
I mean, them big churches probably not.
Do you think that's right?
No, I feel like everybody should be able to at least schedule, on timing. Don't just think you could just jump in front of people. But like, yeah, I think it should be if you know the word and you've been studying the word and your passion is helping someone's coming to you because they need help, guidance, or whatever. Now, some people outlandish and they're asking for things that they shouldn't ask for.
I gave a very safe scenario.
No, you did. So yeah, so that I feel like you should have access to the pastor.
I told that story and I said that scenario to say this. And I'm not perfect. When I give, even to a family member, even if it's a loan, anytime I give, I assume that I will get nothing in return.
Of course.
And if I get something in return, I feel very, very blessed. I give because I can. I give it my last because I can. This may sound selfish, but I give because it feels good to give.
That's the point. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's not people. When you say that, people are like you helped me out because you just wanted to throw it in my face later,
God.
or you wanted to make you seem like you're a good person. No, I'm just a good person. That's all it is. I give with no expect. If I get it back tenfold or even more, I'm very blessed and I appreciate it. But anytime I give, even if we put the title loan on it, I don't expect it back. I'm taking it with the reason of knowing that I may not get it back.
This could be a deep comment. I ain't gonna go deep into it because we timing and everything. But that passion of you caring for someone and caring for different folks is a beautiful thing. Now there are some people out here that will abuse it or try to make they fit their own narrative, unfortunately. But I always tell people, I tell myself this: I don't like to let the world or the bad forces in the world change my human nature, right? You didn't, like you said, you ain't get nothing back, but in your heart, you was like, I felt like this was the right thing to do. You can go about your day and be like, yo, I did something that I felt like was genuine. It wasn't to get anything. And hopefully these pastors, hopefully people in the congregation, they have that in their heart, not the business of it, not the, oh, I'm just so mad, people so lazy and like people are gonna come to their senses on their time. It ain't when you want it to happen. It's when God wants it to happen.
You know what I would like? I would rather be happy with this. I'd rather see church be membership based, like very low tier. This is all I can give. It's gonna be very little. If you want to be another tier,
like a gym.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. But the church should provide resources like a library. Like somewhere you can go to get counseling, therapy.
You're onto something right here.
Yeah, you can get therapy. And I'm sure a lot of church homes already provide this. But asking for money each time, it's too much gray area there. And people go through different things in their life. Yeah. I believe that there should be conversations about, and you maybe say you don't have to become a member, but given the option of becoming a member, because people membership driven on a lot of things anyway.
When you look at sororities or fraternities, there's dues.
Yeah.
They have dues. And things like that. It's just like you said, the whole.
That's what tithing is. It's dues, but
yeah, but the whole passing the plate around and having someone like, cause Jesus, and just sometimes not to. I ain't trying to mock nobody, but that's how.
They sound similar. all black pastors, especially if they did a podcast and you couldn't see their face, you would know who you was listening to.
No, them late night ones on TV. Yeah. Oh my God. Cause God.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll play a character real quick. Yeah. But yeah, that don't come off right. I feel like it should. I feel like that could be done away with, to be honest.
There's different ways.
And gone to the model.
And at the end of the day, these are opinions. You do not have to give a damn. These are just opinions.
But we want to hear your opinions too. If you feel like we bugging.
What I think about that video is there was a purpose behind the collection. I know, if I'm speaking from the heart, I'm pretty sure I know that Marvin Sapp has helped many people and has poured into his community. Of course, so I'm not coming for him.
Yeah, definitely.
When you do something like that, it's gonna go viral. Everything going viral at this point. I hope they raised the money for what they needed, for whatever they had going on. I don't think they would ask if it was for something just negative.
Did y'all all see? Not cut you. Did y'all all see thing when he didn't open his doors for Hurricane Katrina? Did that go viral?
Yeah, I mean it got talked about a lot in the news. He said so much crazy shit since then. He damn near said that. I might be misquoted, but One thing he did say is that people don't understand how hard it is to have a calling from God and to be very wealthy. God, he has a belief that God has called on certain people to be wealthy. Don't super quote me on that. It was some stupid shit like that. It was some stupid shit like that. Just some stupid ass roundabout stupid shit he said. But anyways, y'all know what it is. It's the Map Social Presents.
Dirty Laundry Podcast.
And we'll catch y'all next. Want to see more videos like this last one?
Hey, just like, share, and comment. That's what you were doing, right? He said it.
I didn't think it was gonna be so short. You gave me that thing.
You stopped
All
too
right,
quick. Yeah, I'm ready for you. Ready to go? You want me to go first?
No.
So go.
There you go. I did you right. Want to see more content like the last one?
Make sure you like, share, and comment.
You go first, cause I don't like the way you said it.
All right, cool. Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? This your boy AV here at the Map Social. You want to see more content like this? Like, share. What? Tell me what words to say.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Takes up, gripping, grave, bending corners. This is Texas. You banging screws, staying true. I'm to Texas, yeah.
Steady tipping, steady flipping on the grind.
I'm to Texas, yeah, yeah.